Welcome into the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. From Texarkana to El Paso, the Panhandle to San Angelo, the Permian Basin to East Texas, Waco, Wichita Falls to Lubbock, and many points in between. We celebrate the remarkable achievements of female high school athletes based on performances on and off the field and courts. From Class 6A to private schools, it's the Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Joining me now, tennis superstar and sensation, the one and only Heidi Siebert of Bowie High School. She just so happens to be our Class 3A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Well, great to see you, Heidi. Congratulations. What did you think when you heard that you won this prestigious honor?
Honestly, I was really surprised. I thought it was a prank because I was working and my mom got the call from my coach and she was like all excited and stuff. And I was like very surprised. I did not expect it to happen.
Well, you are absolutely the total package when it comes to being a tennis superstar. And you're only a sophomore. You do it on and off the court. You lead by example. You enjoy leading. Kind of surprising because you don't see too many sophomores out there leading the way. Why do you enjoy doing that so much?
I guess I just I like to make changes, I guess. I like to be the one to change things and stuff, and I like to be a good example and stuff. So it's really it's honoring to be like a leader, to have leadership roles and stuff, and like being number one girls on our Bowie team just opened that up, and I was able to encourage so many like girls and guys and stuff, and it was really fun.
Yeah, I know you really enjoy championing other people's success. Does it make you feel good about yourself when you do that?
Yes, yes. I mean, not to brag, but I love it makes me happy.
How do you gain the trust of the older players to be able to lead like that?
Well, we didn't have so a lot of the seniors on my tennis team were in my band as well. So we had that, or they went to my church. So I've just always had that, like we were always friends and stuff. So it never really and we have a really young team. Like more than half of it is built of sophomores and freshmen. So we have a very young team.
Well, looking at your accolades, it is immense. I'm going to get tired just mentioning, of the things that you've been able to do in just a couple of years of your tennis life. Already on a state level, you've earned 4 medals in the spring, first place in singles in 2 different tournaments, tennis player of the year, second team all district, academic all district in both the fall and in the spring. When you look at everything that you've done so far, and you're still so young, you're going to do more. What are you most proud of?
Uh, I guess I guess the academic because I'm in all honors and so it's really difficult and stuff and I'm not like I find it very difficult learning and stuff, but being able to keep it for like fall and spring is like really happy for me because my family we really focus on our grades and stuff and it's really competitive around here and stuff with that, but I'm really happy that I have all A's and like got all academic and stuff, so it made me really happy to know that.
Well, I know you're also in the National Honor Society, and you're going to be a secretary of the National Honor Society your junior year. How about achieving that? What did that mean to you?
Oh, that well, I spent 3 hours on the paper, so I was wishing I would get it. So, it was a really good battle between me. I was actually running against my best friend, so it was really funny. So, but we're on good terms still. But I was really excited to get that because it like none of my older sisters or my family, like my older sisters, were on National Honor Society, so it was a big first time deal for me.
Well, I look at your family dynamic, and it is interesting. You mentioned your sisters. You have 4 other sisters. I feel bad for your dad. That's a lot of weddings he's going to have to pay for. But you
Yes.
have 2 older twin sisters who are great tennis players in their own right, making it to state. In fact, they made history for your school. First time in 30 years that we've seen anybody in your school be able to do that in tennis and make it to state. How proud of you or of them are you to know that they achieved something that had not been done in 3 decades?
Well, I was 7 at the time, so to me it was just like, oh, I get to skip school and stuff. So I didn't really think of any tennis, but it was their senior year that I really got involved in tennis, and I started keeping track and score of their games and stuff. And so it was a lot. It was like, but now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, dang, those were my sisters, and everyone in this sorry, fly, and everyone in the school district knew me and stuff because of them. So they really, we say they put them Bowie on the map and stuff. So I was really proud of them.
I got to fly too. I got him
Yeah,
there. How much do
absolutely.
you push each other? And what are those like family gatherings like? I mean, you guys just get out on the tennis court and go at it?
Yes. Actually, a few weeks ago, me and Willow went against Megan and Maya. It was very competitive. It got so competitive that me and Willow were winning, and Megan and Maya started like actually like totally taking it to a different level and just destroying us. So, but it was a close match. We definitely fought and stuff for it.
Well, I have a feeling that's going to turn very soon. As you continue to get better, they may have it now, but look out later on. Now, I know you
Hmm.
played soccer your whole life, and at your school, they didn't have enough kids to be able to field a team. So they put the girls together with the boys because the girls are just as good as the boys. And then you played the boys of other schools. What's that whole dynamic like?
Oh, it's so competitive, and I love it so much because 'cause I'm so aggressive. Like, I'm, like, very like, I don't like the ball getting taken away from me, I don't like losing at all. So it's very competitive, and playing with all those guys just, like, it brings out that competitive side, and I tend to get really mean on the field and stuff, like but it's all good, but I enjoy playing with them so much, and it's just I feel like it just brings you to a whole different competitive level and a whole different level of like talent and stuff because it really brings out like the best in you and stuff. So yeah.
What's the reaction from the other teams when they see that they're playing against the girls and you guys are beating them?
So actually, the last game we played, they were really mad because we were winning. We won our game like I think it was 8-0 or 5-0. So it was not close at all, but it was a lot of like they were like telling all the guys on our team, they're like there's a lot of bad mouthing on the soccer field and stuff, so it's like really toxic. But they were like saying all that stuff, and my friend said, well, you're just getting beat by a bunch of girls, how you feel about that? And they all went silent. They were so mad about it and stuff, and they get angry because they get outran by girls and outpushed by girls. So yeah.
Girl power, man. Make it
Oh
happen.
yeah.
I love that. Well, I know your
Mhm.
younger sister Willow plays with you. She's playing up. She's kind of
Yeah.
like a little secret weapon out there with her speed. Do you enjoy playing with her in those situations?
Oh, I love it. I love it when our coach puts us on the same side because I'm like midfield and she's like up front. So we have like twin telepathy or sister telepathy, and we just know where we are, and our passing and communication is so phenomenal. And I just love playing with her so much.
Well, I know that she's not only a, big secret weapon on the soccer pitch, but she's also a big secret weapon for you when you're in big time, high stress tennis tournaments. The word is to kind of loosen you up. She starts screaming tacos from the crowd. What's that all about?
Uh, so it really just started one random tennis game, and she just decided tacos was our word and started screaming it. And I was in my head so much. I was down and stuff, and I was like in my head. And then she started screaming tacos, and I laughed, and it just loosened me up, and I played so much better. So sometimes when my family always watches me play tennis and they see things that I cannot, like me not being on my toes, me still giving them, or them being a lefty, and I don't realize that and stuff. So they always like point that out and stuff. So really grateful for that. But Willow, she always tells me whenever I'm not on my toes, and she always screams tacos. And now that we're playing in the BTA league, she whispers tacos, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Well, I get it.
So tacos for toes. Do you ever hear from
Yes.
the competition at all during that? They're like, what is going on with this taco thing?
Well, one time I did have a girl question me because Willow was standing behind me, like behind the fence and stuff, and Willow was screaming tacos, and I was laughing. And then she came up to me and she was like, "What's tacos?" And I was like, it's a girl code, like it's a sister thing. It's really hard to explain.
Very, very funny. Well, I know you do it. You have another thing that you do to kind of calm yourself down in those stressful situations in tennis when you're in all these big regional matches and you're fighting for state championships. You break out the citrus and essential oils. Something about the smell of citrus calms you down. How did you ever discover that, and why does it work so well?
So I was playing this one girl in the fall, and we were at Bowie and stuff. It was a home game, and I was playing her, and we were going at it. And I was really craving lemonade because it was like really hot outside. And then out of nowhere, literally, there's no trees, no way, and there was just citrus. And I was telling my coach, like, she was like, focus on the game and stuff. But I was like, Coach, I smell citrus. Why am I smelling citrus? And she started laughing. And then I won the game. So now I said it was a luck charm because she was so good. The girl I play against her, like, it was so good. And she was such a good player. Very, very well. And then I won. And I'm saying it was the citrus because I got so lucky during that game.
Now you got tennis players all over the state. They're going to break out the citrus after hearing that story. Well, your oldest sister,
Yes.
Shelby, she goes to Texas Tech. She's been very big in agriculture. She went to state 3 times in horse judging. How big is the ag life in your family?
Um, well, she never does. She doesn't go to Texas Tech. She goes to some other college in Texas. I'm not sure, but for like vet tech and stuff. Um, but really, it wasn't really. So ag wasn't really with my parents or anything. It was mostly just me, Shelby. I'm not really involved in ag either. It was mostly just I take a lot of classes with ag and I got an award, 2 awards and stuff for ag, and so really happy about that. But my little sister Willow did bug stuff, animology. I don't know what it's called. Something with bugs. I'm really bad at that.
I bet you
Nothing else.
guys give her a big hard time about that.
Oh, very big. Because sometimes we'll be walking, I'm like, hey Willow, what's that? And she's like, oh, it's this, and this. It's stuff like this. And I'm like, okay, nerd.
Well, you come from a great family of athletes. There's no doubt about that. Your mom was a cheerleader up in the Buffalo area, so I guess she was dancing around in snowdrifts. Your dad played everything: wrestle, soccer, baseball, even rugby in college. At my school, Syracuse's biggest rival, Virginia Tech, did big things there. Uh, what have your parents meant to you? Just driving you around all these tennis tournaments. And I know, in some of these tournaments, you're sitting around for hours and hours and you finally get to play at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not easy being a tennis parent, but your parents do a great job of it.
Yes, they do. They through all of it, they're always there, and I'm so grateful for them because they supply water. They're like, "Hey, you want pickle pops and do you want Gatorade? Oh, there's a Taco Bell down way. Do you want me to go grab some?" They're always there and they're always supplying and they help me and or even my teammates out. They're big supporters. My mom, she comes up to my practices and she helps out the team and stuff. So they're very much involved in my tennis career and I'm just very grateful for how big and how much they impact me with all that, and they just really inspire me to just win. Because if I don't win, then I'll feel bad because they did all this work, and I'm like, well, I got to show them something. So bringing home medals is my way of like, hey, I won.
Well, you're going to need an extension on your house with all these medals you're collecting, and you still got 2 more years to go. Well, your first year coach, Dana Booth, she nominated you for this honor. She thinks the world of you. What has she meant to you?
Oh, so this was her first year, and so actually the first time I met her, I played a tennis match against her. Me and my older sister Maya, we played against her and her tennis partner. I didn't know she was my tennis coach then, but then next time at practice, she said she was the tennis coach, and I was like, oh wow. And she's very inspiring and stuff, and she wants everyone to like she pushes everyone, the whole team, and she just like she puts us out there with like all these tournaments. Like we're playing against 6A schools and we're playing against like 5A schools, like things we won't even see in district, but only like in regionals or like in state. But she's pushing us so hard so we can beat the people in our district if we play these 6A schools. So we're getting lots of practice with that and just practice every single afternoon. Sometimes it's a little hot and I don't want to practice, but always show up. But she's just very inspiring and she wants everyone to do their best and she's very competitive. Love that about her.
She
So yeah.
talks so much about your tremendous character and those practices and how you give it your all to maximize your potential in those practices. What is your driving force to be great? Because it always seems like you're trying to be even greater than what you are right now, and that's pretty darn good.
So kind of just like, so tennis is like has developed, it was like family thing and then it just developed into like my sort of thing and it's just kind of like a thing that I'm really good at. And so that being that, I want to do really well in it. And I guess it's because of how competitive I am that I want to win. And so I just practice and practice so I can get really good at it. And I put forth the effort and I'm hoping like, oh, she's like, I hope I get recognized by someone someday. Like you guys recognize me. Very grateful for that. So I guess hard work is paying off. But I'm hoping I'm really just determined because I want to be good. I don't want to be good at something. I want to be great at something. And tennis is something I can be great at.
Well, I know you had a tennis racket in your hand basically at birth, and you've developed into this great tennis player. You still got 2 more years in high school. But as you look ahead, are you starting to kind of get those thoughts in your mind that you would like to play tennis on the next level?
Um so I've been watching like professional tennis players and they're like very aggressive and stuff and I love watching them. And I'm realizing like so if I were presented a scholarship for like tennis, I know it's really hard to like go into college tennis. But if I were presented a scholarship or something, I'd definitely take it up. Like no doubt about that. I don't know what I'd do in college because I don't know what I want to be yet, but I definitely take it up and I do something. And maybe tennis might be my thing in the future because I like it so much. So who knows? Might become a tennis coach.
Yeah, I could see you doing that. I mean, you could do anything you want to. We talked earlier about your academic prowess and being all academic in both the spring and the fall. Why is the classroom so important to you?
I guess it's just the classroom kind of just it's a supportive ground for me and it's really like if tennis is backfires because athletic like you being athletic won't last forever. But if you're smart, you can keep those brains with you and being smart and having those academics and stuff really sets you up for a good career. So I want to be able to like support and stuff. And so having a good career means good academics. So got to try hard in the classroom.
So recently you got your driver's license. How have you been able to convince your sisters and family members to actually get in the car while you're driving?
I don't really know because the first time Willow was ever in the car, she was kind of forced to it, and she sat in the middle, and she took all three seatbelts and seatbelt buckled herself up, and so it was kind of funny. I was nervous. I mean, me honestly, don't drive with me. I get too scared. If people drive with me, so. But I don't know. I've always driven the go karts and stuff, so I've always had some sort of driving, so it's kind of funny. I love driving with other people though because the reaction whenever I tell them I can drive, it's just like, "You can drive? How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 16, guys." So it's funny.
It's kind of like a roller coaster ride at Six Flags for Willow,
Yeah,
Just
yeah, very
saying.
much. It was funny. Yes.
Well, you were in the band for so many years and you played trumpet. I know you've, switched away from that
Mhm.
to concentrate on your tennis, but how much did you enjoy those days in the band being a band nerd?
Oh wow, banner. So much fun. Actually, I made many friends in band and stuff, and Megan and I were drum majors, so I grew up in the band with tennis. So I'm kind of just following Megan and Maya's path, really, because I grew up in there. And so, but the band and like marching band, it's become like a family, and they've become so supportive. And they've just like anytime I say I got an award or they say it on like school news, they all shout, they all cheer my name, and they all congratulate me. And they're just very supportive. And we all like they work so hard, and it's just so amazing to see to have like a tennis family and a band family. They're so different, but they're so alike.
There's so much school spirit there, and I know you really enjoy that community. It's such a tight-knit community there at Bowie High School. How has it shaped you and your family?
Um, so so I guess it's because so like my parents, they grew up in a small town and this is a small town and everyone knows each other. The joke is that everyone's probably dating their cousin here because everyone's related. So it's a bonus for me because my family's from New York, so I don't have any family down here, so I don't have to worry about dating my cousins. But it's always the running joke and booing stuff. But everyone knows each other, and it's just like everyone wants to do good. And like we had someone go to state for track this year, and everyone was like there was posters all over the wall, and they were just supporting him, and it was so like inspiring and so refreshing to see the school like support something and come together because like there's so many things that like separate schools and stuff lately and like just them coming together was really nice.
You know, I look at your legacy at that school, and you're smart enough to be top of your class, and yet you're entertaining enough to be the class clown. What do you want your legacy to be, when you come back to a class reunion, say a decade from now?
Definitely class clown because I love to make people laugh. That is one of my favorite things. Is basically being like I love to be positive with other people, and I want them to remember me as like a positive person. And I feel like I'm doing pretty well because I'm friends with a lot of people. So and everyone's I've heard good things from everyone about me, but I really want to make an impact on the school or at least be remembered. So I would definitely academics, yes. I very competitive in academics. Everyone does know me as a smart girl, but I also like to be remembered as someone who they could talk to or who was positive and always cheering them on.
Well, I love it. You made me laugh. Well, Heidi, so great to celebrate your prowess out there on the tennis courts. Keep it up. Can't wait to see what you do in the future. And a big congratulations from your Built Ford Tough Greater Texas Ford dealers for being the Class 3A Female Athlete of the Month.
Thank you.
Your Greater Texas Ford dealers are so proud to recognize the hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion of so many Texas high school female athletes who inspire us all. Here's this month's winners. And don't forget, you can see their interviews at Greater TX Ford for Greater Texas Ford dealers. From Class 1A to 6A, plus private schools, we celebrate them all. Thanks so much for watching the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. See you next time.